She thought she rented a peaceful home, but what she walked into was pure chaos. Hello guys, today we bring you another fascinating movie to your screen. This movie is definitely going to blow your mind, and I'm pretty sure you will love it. But before we dive in, why don't you grab a snack and also subscribe to this channel for more exciting movies from us. The movie begins with a young, beautiful woman named NJ. She was in a cab trying to locate the apartment she had rented. There she met the gate man, Moses, who calls himself the CSO of the compound. He welcomed her in as she admired the environment. Unfortunately, there was already another person living in the same apartment named Gabriel. On seeing her, he was shocked to learn he would be sharing his apartment with her after paying in full. They began arguing loudly, saying they needed to call the agent, Mr. Rashid, who rented the apartment to them. She called him immediately. After the call, Gabriel ordered Moses, the gate man, to throw her out because he didn't understand why she was there, then stormed back inside. Hours later, Mr. Rashid arrived while NJ had dozed off, and Gabriel was still inside. He called them both out and calmed the situation, explaining that the apartment was supposed to be shared, but Gabriel didn't take time to go through the contract. Realizing he had no choice, Gabriel remained speechless and disappointed while NJ struggled to carry her luggage inside. Minutes later, NJ settled in her room, arranged her clothes, took a shower, said a prayer, and went to bed. A few hours later, she started hearing loud music from the living room. Disturbed, she went to check and found Gabriel smoking carelessly with the music blasting. She pleaded with him to turn it down, but he refused, daring her to do her worst. So she acted. She went to the backyard, turned off the generator, and locked the key in her room. Gabriel was shocked when the light went out. He rushed to the generator, only to realize the key was gone. He stormed to NJ's room demanding it, but she refused. She teased him until he got frustrated and left. The next morning, Gabriel was asleep on the couch when NJ came downstairs and woke him up. She offered him a massage since he complained of body pains, but he declined and demanded the key. She gave it back and went to the kitchen to make breakfast. Later that day, NJ returned from work and found Gabriel with a lady, probably his girlfriend. They greeted her, but she ignored them and went to her room. Moments later, after freshening up, she came down to the kitchen for food. But guess what, guys? All the yam she cooked was gone. Who ate it? Gabriel or his girlfriend? Already angry, NJ confronted them. Rita, the girlfriend, nonchalantly said she ate it because she was hungry, and Gabriel told her to get something from the kitchen. Gabriel was dumbfounded because he only asked her to fix something up, not eat someone else's food. Furious, NJ demanded her food back or else there would be chaos. Not wanting trouble, Gabriel apologized and promised to order food for her. She accepted calmly as they left. Hours later, NJ sat at the dining table, enjoying fried rice and chicken, while Gabriel and Rita stood watching her eat carefreely. The following day, NJ was getting ready for work when she realized her spare key was missing. She searched everywhere but couldn't find it. She went to Gabriel, who was relaxing with Rita, and pleaded that he drop his own key somewhere she could easily access. Rita suggested he just give her his number instead, so she could call when she returned. NJ thanked him, although she and Rita nearly clashed before she rushed off to work. Later that evening, NJ came home and knocked repeatedly, but no one opened the door. She even called the number Gabriel gave, but it didn't go through. Exhausted, she sat outside for hours until Gabriel finally came out, unapologetically. It was clear he locked her out intentionally. He gave silly excuses without remorse. NJ, angry but helpless, went inside only to meet Rita smiling on the couch. Rita told her they had found her missing keys. Could it be that Gabriel and Rita hid NJ's key just to frustrate her? They both laughed wickedly while NJ ignored them and went into her room. Later that night, NJ was on the phone with her friend, narrating all that had happened. Suddenly, she began hearing loud moaning sounds from Gabriel's room. Disturbed, she ended the call, but couldn't sleep. Days later, Gabriel went to drop Rita off, and at the same time, NJ was leaving for work, so they both drove out. Hours later, NJ returned from work and found Gabriel with another woman on the couch. The lady greeted her excitedly, but NJ ignored them and went straight to her room. Gabriel then advised her to mind her business before continuing his happy time with the new lady. That night, NJ couldn't sleep again. The same disturbing moaning filled the house. Guys, tell me, how would you cope if you were in her shoes? Especially when she doesn't even have a man in her life. Tempting, right? But somehow, she held herself. The next morning, NJ was in the kitchen making breakfast when Gabriel's new girlfriend, Angel, walked in. She tried to be friendly, but NJ bluntly told her how she was disturbed the night before. Shocked, Angel shyly apologized, but then NJ dropped a bomb. She mentioned how Rita used to disturb her in the same way. Angel froze, refusing to believe it at first. But seeing how convincing NJ sounded, she grew paranoid and disappointed. She rushed out angrily to confront Gabriel. NJ felt relieved. Her plan had worked. Later that morning, while she was eating breakfast in the dining, Angel packed her luggage and stormed out, with Gabriel running after her, begging. But she didn't look back. Heartbroken, Gabriel turned only to find NJ standing at the entrance, smirking proudly before walking away. He was speechless. That night, Gabriel kept trying Angel's line, but it wasn't connecting. Heartbroken, he drowned himself in alcohol while NJ calmly sat with her laptop, reading and researching. Days went by. One morning, NJ left for work and still found Gabriel on the couch with leftover bottles of alcohol. Outside, Moses, the gate man, asked her if Gabriel was okay. He explained that Gabriel hadn't driven out since the incident with Angel, and he seemed broken. But NJ brushed it off and left for work. Guys, what do you think? Was Angel his true love? Or was Gabriel only acting up to get NJ's attention? Let's find out. That night, she returned from work and still met him where she left him. She ignored him and went to her room. The following day, the same thing. He was still there, lifeless, but she walked past him again. Wait, what if he had died? What if something bad had happened? Still, NJ showed no concern. Was she right to ignore him, or was she overreacting? One fateful day, NJ left for work and noticed Gabriel was no longer on the couch. She brushed it off and left, but that night, guilt consumed her. On the phone with her friend, she admitted she felt like a devil for not checking on him. She even confessed that she might have gone too far by chasing away his real girlfriend. Her friend advised her not to interfere, let them sort themselves out, before hanging up. Some days later, worry got the best of NJ. She knocked on Gabriel's room but got no response. When she entered, she was shocked. The room was a mess, and Gabriel was burning with fever. Concerned, she insisted he shower and eat something. He reluctantly agreed. Hours later, she brought him food in bed and begged him to eat. Afterward, she quietly cleaned his room while he slept deeply. That evening, Gabriel regained some strength and was watching TV when NJ returned from the market. Surprised to see him out, she quickly apologized for everything she had done. He forgave her, admitting he was also guilty. He thanked her sincerely for taking care of him. NJ felt relieved and asked if he had reached Angel, but sadly, Gabriel revealed she had blocked him everywhere. NJ felt disheartened on his behalf and went to make him pepper soup. Later that night, they shared the pepper soup together, smiling and happy for the first time. From then on, their bond began to grow stronger. They watched TV together, played around, and even had playful fights. One day at the dining table, while eating and vibing, they began opening up to each other. Gabriel asked about her dreams, aside from owning a restaurant, since she was such a great cook. NJ revealed she wanted to work in human resources. Gabriel was shocked because he thought she wasn't qualified, but she assured him she had been working in it before. Curious, NJ asked about his own job. At first, she assumed he was an internet fraudster because he never left the house. Gabriel laughed out loud and explained he was actually a freelance web and graphic designer, with clients coming mostly from referrals. He didn't need to go out all the time. Embarrassed, NJ felt guilty for misjudging him when she barely knew him. But from that moment, their conversations grew deeper and their meals more enjoyable. That night, they both separated. NJ was in her room reading and doing more research, while Gabriel stayed at the dining table working on his laptop. By morning, he had fallen asleep right there. NJ came downstairs, woke him up, and told him to go rest upstairs. Just as he tried to get up, he felt a sharp pain in his back. Out of goodwill, NJ offered to massage him. This time, Gabriel gladly accepted. During the massage, he enjoyed her gentle touch so much that he eventually dozed off. Later that day, as he was heading out, he happily thanked NJ for the sweet and relaxing massage before dashing away. Moses, the gate man, was surprised to finally see him step out and felt glad that he was getting back to normal. Still that same day, NJ was in her room reading when Gabriel suddenly walked in with a surprise. 2 tickets to a stage play happening the following night. She was so excited and deeply touched by his kind gesture. Even after he left, she couldn't hide her joy. The next day, NJ looked stunning, glammed up beautifully, as her cab dropped her off at the gate. Moses was stunned at her transformation as she walked inside majestically. Little did she know, what she was about to see next would leave her furious. As she climbed the stairs and opened her room door, she screamed in shock. Her entire room was a complete mess. Clothes scattered, belongings destroyed, even the stage play ticket was torn apart. And guess what? Rita, Gabriel's other girlfriend, was standing there with her dog. Instead of apologizing for what her dog had done, Rita began hurling insults at NJ. NJ couldn't take it. She pounced on Rita like someone pounding fufu, and chaos erupted. Gabriel rushed in to separate them, but Rita kept running her mouth even behind him. Stuck between 2 angry women, Gabriel tried to calm things down by offering to clean the room himself. Then he escorted Rita and her dog out, leaving NJ devastated. That night, lost in her thoughts, NJ received a call from her friend. She narrated everything, convinced that Rita intentionally scattered her room and only blamed the dog. Her friend advised her to gather proof instead of explaining too much, so people wouldn't see her as a nag. Together, they came up with a plan. Guys, this is getting intense. What do you think they're planning to do next? The following day, a young man came to visit NJ in her apartment. She happily welcomed him in. That night, NJ was finally enjoying a peaceful sleep until the disturbing moaning started again. But this time, guess what, guys? It wasn't ordinary, it was deliberate. Rita was intentionally making the noise just to provoke NJ, maybe to make her jealous. She was even enjoying it. But if NJ ever found out, somebody's face might end up bandaged from a heavy slap. This is definitely a case of trouble day sleep, yanga go wake am. The next day, Rita was watching TV in the living room when NJ left for work, ignoring her greetings. Shortly after, Gabriel came out, worried, and asked after NJ, but Rita pretended she hadn't seen her. He then mentioned the strange noises he kept hearing from the corridor at night. Rita, knowing she was the one behind it, acted innocent and asked if he wasn't just dreaming. Gabriel ignorantly agreed. Then Rita, trying to stir trouble, boldly told Gabriel that she didn't like NJ one bit. But Gabriel dismissed her, saying that was her headache, before walking out to look for NJ. Later that day, Gabriel returned and asked if Rita had cooked. To his shock, she bluntly told him to order food outside. To make matters worse, she demanded that he order pizza for her as well. Gabriel was left in disbelief. Just then, NJ returned from work. Gabriel greeted her, and she calmly responded before heading straight to the kitchen to prepare a meal. In the kitchen, while she was busy making spaghetti, NJ realized the stew she had prepared the night before was finished. All the meat in the stew was gone too. Angry, she dashed out to confront Gabriel, venting her frustration. But Gabriel was innocent, and all fingers pointed to Rita, who boldly denied the accusations. And guess what she did next, guys? Even I wasn't expecting this one. Rita accused her dog of eating the meat that NJ kept inside the cupboard. Like, isn't that strange? How is that even possible? Rita was so confident that she didn't take the meat. But right then, NJ remembered something. She went to her bag, pulled out her phone, and showed a video clip of Rita stealing all the meat from the pot. She handed the phone to Gabriel, who was dumbfounded, and he asked Rita to watch and explain herself. Guys, here's the twist. It turns out that the man who came to visit NJ the other day was the one she contacted to help install cameras in the living room and kitchen. The plan she and her friend came up with was this all along, and now everything began to make sense. Still, Rita refused to accept she was the one in the video, insisting it was Photoshop or AI. But NJ hit back with one question. Does your dog, the one you claim ate the meat, wear wigs and put on the same clothes you're wearing in this video? Even with proof staring her in the face, Rita refused to accept the truth. She started yelling at Gabriel for not believing her, even demanding an apology from him. Like, guys, who does that? The audacity is shocking. Gabriel had enough. He went upstairs, grabbed her luggage, and quietly chased her out of the house. Rita left without making a scene, knowing she would only embarrass herself more. Just then, at the entrance, Gabriel apologized to NJ for all the torment his ex had put her through. As he leaned in to kiss her, the agent, Mr. Rashid, walked in and interrupted the moment. He came to inform NJ that he had gotten another apartment for her, cheaper, with a friendly flatmate, and one she would definitely love. But immediately, Gabriel interrupted, saying firmly, "She is not leaving." The agent was surprised, but had no choice but to accept this new reality. NJ stood there in awe, smiling because deep down, she too had come to love Gabriel. And that was how their new love story began. Two people who once couldn't stand each other, now turning into lovers who couldn't live without each other. The moral lesson of this movie is, sometimes life puts us in uncomfortable situations to teach us patience, wisdom, and strength. In the end, those same challenges can lead us to unexpected blessings, even love. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating movies from us. Bye.